Hi everyone, it's Margaret with Creative Stamping with Margaret. Thanks for joining me today. This card is one of the cards from the July card class, which featured the Zany Zoo Bundle. Actually, it featured the entire suite of products because I pulled in the Zoo Crew Designer Series paper, and on another one of our projects we'll be using the ribbon that was also in that product suite. But this Zany Zoo bundle is such a fun bundle, and what's neat about this is a lot of these dies coordinate with the paper, so that you can cut some characters out, and then there are other characters in here that you can fussy cut, and we'll be doing that on another of our cards. But this card is our Hello Zoo, Zany Zoo Hello card. The hello sentiment actually comes from the artistically inked stamp set, but you could use any greeting that you wanted. The greetings that were in the Zany Zoo for this particular card design weren't exactly what I was looking for, so I decided to change it up. That's what's nice, is you can always mix and match your sentiments, your stamps with different things. And before we get started, just want to let you know that in the description of this video you'll find the list of all the materials that we're using. So don't worry about trying to write down what sizes I used or what materials I used. When I'm doing these videos, sometimes I get brain fog and can't remember the proper names, so I find it's easier just to go ahead and put it in the description of the video. And if you ordered the kit, you will have received all of the die cut pieces. So any stamping, you'll need to do that on your own. And I did use the Memento black ink to stamp our greeting. The interior of the card, this comes from the Designer Series paper. They had some trees, so I decided just to fussy cut those trees. I did color the stems with one of the brown stamping blends. I don't remember which color. It was one of the, I believe it was the bronze actually. And but you could even use a Stampin' Right marker and just color the stem, and then I just adhered that. And so for the front of the envelope, I did stamp the little skunk with the bird that matches the die cut. This is from the paper. There was no coloring or anything required or stamping of it. It's a character that had a coordinating die from the paper. But we also have that stamp. So I stamped him on the corner of the envelope and then colored with the stamping blends using the Pool Party. I used light basic black, which I think the gray would also be good if you wanted to pull one of the gray blends to color with. And then I used the Lemon Lime Twist, just like they did on the Designer Series paper, to color the binoculars. And then you see I had the top open to my Memento and place the envelope on it, but that's okay. I'm still going to use this envelope, because you know how things, once they go through the post office, sometimes they look like they've been manhandled. So in our kit we have our basic black cardstock, which is our cut for our standard card size of 5.5 by 8.5, folded at 4 1/4, scored and fold. So let's go ahead and do that. Then we have a Pool Party layer. Let me make sure I get that burnished so it'll lay flat for us. Then you have your layering panel, which is Pool Party, and then I cut a piece of the Zany Zoo Designer Series paper, and we're going to layer those. We get this all there, and then we're going to go ahead and glue these two layers onto the front of our card base. Okay, we have that completed. Then in the kit, I used the nested labels dies, I believe, or yeah, nested. I don't have them beside me. I thought I did, but the nested dies, and I have cut the background piece for Pool Party. Then I took and used that same die with the liner, the next size down, to cut out the center of the black to create a black frame. So we're going to take and add that frame to the one that's the Pool Party piece. And you just need a tiny bit of adhesive. I like to use the Tombow liquid adhesive. And just do a few dots here and there. The nice thing about this adhesive is it gives me a little bit of wiggle room to get that lined up properly on there. Now, if you ordered the kit, I did include that black center panel that came out. This is what it looks like. I did include that for you, so keep that so you can use that on a future card. And then I have in your envelope of materials, if you ordered the kit, you will have 5 trees, and these are cut from Lemon Lime Twist, and they are from the dies that are in the Zany Zoo die set. So I've cut 3 large ones and 2 small, and we're just going to layer these. But before we do, we'll stamp our sentiment and add it. But I'm just going to, I need 2 on that side and 3 there. So pull in whichever sentiment you want to use. I'm not going to make that same mistake that I did earlier and set it, leave the lid off so that I miss that. So now we will add this to our panel. The nice thing is I'm using this point to line these up, and that way I know that they're all in order. We'll bring our card base back over that has the layers added to it, and we'll glue the hello panel on. I mean, that in itself makes a nice card just as is. You could put a couple rhinestones or other embellishments on there, or tie a little ribbon, and you have a simple card to go. So now let's add our trees. And there again, I'm using just a dab of Tombow. And I'm just sort of staggering these. Make sure I have the right size, and I do. And we'll add a small tree right in the middle of those. And we're going to do the same on this side with the two trees, only I'm going to make them just a little bit, put them off a little bit more since we're going to put our little skunk in front. And then to add our skunk, I'm using the Stampin' Dimensionals. I do want him to be, we want him to be more of the focus of the card, so I'm adding him with dimensionals. The nice thing about having designer series paper with coordinating dies certainly speeds up the card making. Because you can just cut those characters and have them set to go. And we're going to place him right over those trees looking out hello. And then if you wish, you can cut the trees and use them on the inside panel of your card. I did include that in the kit, so if you ordered the kit, you will have a piece in there where I've cut a circle around so you can fussy cut those trees and put them in, and then take and embellish the front of your envelope. Well, where did I say? Oh, here it is. Then embellish it if you want with your the character skunk that matches. Just stamp that on and color it. This is Margaret. I hope that you enjoyed this card, our Hello Zany Zoo Hello card, and look for the other videos. There are 4 in this series, and each will have a different video posted. Thanks for joining me.